What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Taesowealthy. You already know what's going on. But, you know, that just be my saying, cause I was so used to my main channel. But, doggone, like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on post notification bell so you can get notified every time I drop another video. You feel what I'm saying? And so, in this video, y'all will see by the title. And we're gonna get straight up into it. You feel what I'm saying? Go on, spark your junk cut. You got some bud, put that joint in the air, man. What you waiting on? Fire that mug on up. You feel me? I'm trying to smoke too.
Thinking she was about to cash a $24,000 check. But within minutes, police officers realized something was very wrong. What started as a simple check cashing attempt quickly turned into a fraud investigation, with officers exposing inconsistencies, fake treasury paperwork, and a story that kept changing under pressure. Was she an innocent victim of an online scam or part of a calculated counterfeit scheme? Watch closely as investigators break down every detail. And the situation spirals toward an arrest.
She's trying to cash a $24,000 counterfeit check.
Help me out, you guys do this. How did you know this was fraudulent?
I've got the original back there, but we can show you an actual check and the one she brought in. All the watermarks, everything are showing up like it's a copy. The QID scan doesn't work. Like nothing about it.
Okay.
Hello.
What's this all about?
I had received a check in the mail, and it was supposed to be a payback out from my back pay.
For what?
Unemployment.
You were expecting a check for almost $24,000?
I wasn't, not really.
Were you expecting a check at all?
I knew I was supposed to be getting a check, but I didn't think it was supposed to be that much.
Okay. How did you get here? How did you get here?
I drove.
See, you can't trap yourself right in lies off gate. She trapped herself up in lies right off gate. She don't know, she just got it. And then you switching up your story. You switch up your story like 5 times in one sitting and stuff like that. If you gonna lie, keep it straight and lie good, and keep it the same. Don't switch it up because lies don't change. I mean, truth don't change. Lies gonna keep having different versions of that lie. It could be just made up in your brain. You could literally made it up. It don't even be in reality. But then that's how people form stuff into reality. But we can have deep talks like that. If y'all want to have deep talks like that, let me know. Let's get into it.
The car outside yours?
No, I had drove. Well, I actually got dropped off, but I drove myself here, but the person I was with had left because we were supposed to be going to go pick up my kids after school.
Okay. What car did you show up in?
It was a Mazda.
And why did they leave?
Because we was running late picking up my kids from school.
All right, so why didn't you go pick up your kids from school then?
Because I had told them I was coming back about 5 o'clock. Well, before then.
Okay.
Something.
I mean, they're saying this is a fraudulent check. I don't know. I don't know the difference.
Where'd you work at before?
I used to work for the state at Florida State Hospital a while back ago.
How long ago?
Like 2018, 2019.
2018, 2019. Okay. Have you worked since?
After I had my kids, I was out for like a year and a half.
Okay.
And then I ended up going to a juvenile facility.
Did you ever file for unemployment?
I did one time before.
When?
It was like around COVID time.
So when exactly?
Good morning. Spoke with a female on Remac, and she had lied. Yes, I had the wrong number.
I really don't honestly remember.
But during COVID, like when COVID originally started, so like
Yeah.
2020 probably?
Yeah.
Okay. And since the state, did you work anywhere else after? Where else did you work?
No, like I went back to the state one time, but then once like they COVID rate had struck again, I had ended up leaving again.
Mm-hmm.
But I had never like when I applied for unemployment, I never ended up receiving it
How'd you apply for
online.
it? Okay. And who was it through?
I think it was through the unemployment. I'm not sure. This was my first time ever like applying for unemployment.
Did you ever get an email back or anything?
Let me see.
So when did you get this in the mail?
It was like I want to say almost a week ago. But I wasn't never able to cash it because I didn't have my ID on me. So then that's when eventually I had finally got the day, and I was like, well, I got time to go get an ID and stuff. Let me go ahead and try to go get everything situated and settled.
Where did you say the check came through again?
It was supposed to come from the unemployment office. But like even like before I had received that check, like I hadn't spoken to anyone like recently since then.
Where was your ID? So you didn't have your ID when you got the check?
I had ended up getting my license took by Florida Highway Patrol, and I never ended up going to go replace them or anything.
So you got a new ID today, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he told me that I couldn't use my picture ID. And like that's what I had been using.
Who told you you couldn't?
The dude in there.
When was that?
This morning.
So you went today by walk-in to DMV to get another one?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. So this morning, what did you bring in here?
I had a picture ID on my phone.
Why did they take your license or ID?
Because it was suspended at the time when I had got pulled.
And you never got it. When did it stop being suspended? Like when was it valid again?
It's in the process of being valid again.
If I understood you correctly, you said that you haven't cashed this check for about a week because he wouldn't let you.
No, I didn't cash this check for about a week because of my work schedule. But today, being that I'm kind of free, I had came in this morning and I tried to use my photo ID on my phone. But he told me I couldn't use my photo ID on my phone. So that's when I had went and got the hard copy of it.
Okay.
What's going on? We're here. You're here. The check's here. Tell me what happened.
Basically, okay, I received a check in the mail.
It gotta do all the bullshit there. You're here, the check's here, what's going on? Let's get it going. Cut the bullshit. Let's get right to it. They be he what the deal. Let's see what he talking about.
That was supposed to be for that day.
When did you receive it?
Last week.
Where, at your house?
Yes.
Okay.
So I haven't been staying home, honestly. And I called my aunt and I was asking her, like, hey, have I got any mail? This and that. And she was like, yeah, you know, you got a couple of.
So your aunt stays with you?
Yes. I stayed where I stayed with my aunt.
I tell you, okay.
Yeah. So she was like that I had a few pieces of mail in this and the third. So I had went to go pick it up.
Okay.
So after that, that's when I noticed that the check had came.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, well, you know, boom. So last week when I picked it up, I never ended up cashing it because due to my work schedule, I always got off work late.
Okay.
And so then after that, that's when I had came in today because I was off and to cash the check. And when I tried to use my photo ID on my phone, they was like, no, I need a physical ID. So I had went and got a physical ID.
Okay.
And this happened.
So that check was for what?
For unemployment.
Okay. Have you ever gotten unemployment before?
No, I applied once, but like I never received anything, never heard anything goes back. So it was just like.
So this is the first time you've ever done unemployment, filed for it or anything like that? You've never received checks before for unemployment or anything? This is the first one?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you receive it?
Last week.
Okay. Where's the envelope that came in? Do you have it?
It was supposed to have been up front if they didn't move it.
But y'all asked her when she got the check. She had already said 2 weeks ago, and now she said last week. Maybe she already, because I listen, You feel me? Or what you say, even though I done missed some of the junk she was doing, cause I was doing other stuff too. So I done missed a lot of some stuff of what she was saying. You feel what I'm saying? Cause I'm trying to, you feel me? Because that's how you got it. That's how you got to get people to know they, you feel me? And they be knowing they lying. You feel me? And it's like, why they keep lying? That's what I don't like these days of my life right now. Is a liar. You feel me? A liar, a dishonest person. You feel me? I don't like it at all in these days of time. But let's go.
Okay. Do you remember who it came from? What was on the envelope?
It was a blank envelope with a clear slip, and there was a paper in front of it. And then, like, when you unfold it, it was like the check, the rest of the, well, you know how, like, you rip off a check?
Mm-hmm.
That's how it was.
Okay. All right. Have you ever received Department of Treasury checks before for anything?
No.
Has anyone else seen that check? Have you talked to anyone else about that check?
No.
Okay. And the reason for you waiting about a week to come in and cash it, well,
Because I don't get up till 6 o'clock, so it's like by the time I make it back this way, it's 7 o'clock, so everything is
I got you.
closed.
I got you.
But then on top of that, for unemployment, you don't get checks like they go to your card, right? But if you was to get an old check for unemployment, because I don't know, they ain't never let me have unemployment, but y'all let me know in the comments if any of y'all done. I know a lot of people done probably had unemployment. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you do get a check from unemployment, I ain't gonna say like the Social Security or unemployment or something like that, or not even unemployment, but where the check gonna come, the check gonna say like the U.S. Treasury on it, like, cause I don't know. I'm asking these questions. I want y'all to. I know the comments will go crazy, and I don't know, and I'm asking. When I don't know, I want to ask and I want to learn. You feel me? I'm never scared to say I don't know something and learn some information. You feel me? That's what people be scared of. They don't want to say what they don't know and don't want willing to be learned. You feel me? Willing to learn information. You feel me? But that's something that I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna do my decisions on myself and see how them checks look. You feel what I'm saying? Like, see how a check or look are coming from. If they did see you, cause I know everything is direct deposit, but I know some places still give out checks and do checks like old times. You gotta go cash a check or whatever, but it's like most of this junk going straight to your card. You feel what I'm saying? And if you is getting a check, I don't know if it's coming from the treasury. And so, let's go.
Back when you worked for the Florida State Hospital, what was your salary?
Back then I was making like 15 something because I was OPS, so I was making a little bit more than the regular stuff.
An hour?
15 an hour.
15 an hour.
Yeah.
You worked for like 67 months.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we was working, like, sometimes we'll do 16, sometimes we'll double on, or we come in.
Okay. When you filed for unemployment, how'd you do it? What site did you go to?
Let me see, can I pull up on my email?
Yeah, you got something you got from there? What did you receive? Did you get like an email after you applied? Did you receive anything?
I had basically received letters saying that I had to submit some more information in, but that was the only thing. Once I had submitted everything, that was it.
Did you submit the paperwork?
Yes.
Okay.
How did you do that?
I did it online. Like, at the time, I was doing everything online. But how I had, like, knew to do, like, the unemployment stuff, my friend was telling me about it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Did you ever receive an approval or a denial from them for unemployment?
I really didn't too much to hear nothing else. And then it was like I had started doing hair, so it was like I wasn't really too focused on it.
That was probably around like 2019 you did that?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's now 2023. Never received anything back from them. And all of a sudden, you get an envelope in the mail, plain white envelope in the mail with a treasury check inside it for $24,000. Does that seem to make sense to you?
It was a way, because it was like I considered throwing it away, but then I was like, what if this actually, like, this is my back pay that they owe me? So
my, it be scams like that. Like it be scams like that because I got a story time when I got a check. Kind of just came into the mail like, and I don't know where it was. It was like a random check, but it was for some stuff that I done did before online. You feel what I'm saying? And then I was thinking like, but the check was fake, and I didn't know it was fake. It was for 4,500. You feel what I'm saying? And it was kind of like the same situation. So she say, but she's switching up her story too much. Like, you feel me? Like if it's literally a fake check and you just got it, like let them folks, like you should have told them like, oh, you ain't know that it's fake or whatever. Let them folks keep it. Tell them to keep the check. You don't even want the check back. Or like she knowing that it's fake. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I'm feeling. You feel what I'm saying? That she knowing that. You feel me? Because she wasn't knowing that type of junk. She wouldn't be going all through these lies and lies and lies to try to cash it and really be trying to get the money. You feel what I'm saying? If you ain't know it's fake and you find out it's fake, you ain't gonna keep pressuring to get no money. You feel what I'm saying? If you do keep pressuring with that, that's on you. Me personally, because I done been in that situation. I'm not just talking in no scenario if I was in it. I done already been in that situation to where I done got a check like that in the mail, and I done went to go cash it at the check place. You feel what I'm saying? They like this check fake. You feel what I'm saying? Type junk. You feel me? They like this check fake type junk. And I'm like, dog. You feel me? I'm like, well, y'all can keep that mug. I ain't know it was fake. I just got it in the mail. You feel me? I let them know the truth. I got up out of there. You feel me? Because I ain't want. Because this situation is real. You can really get locked up and get in some trouble over some stuff. You feel me? And I genuinely wasn't lying. Like, they can give me a lie detector test. You feel me? Like, I'm genuinely not lying. You know I ain't lying. I'm willing to take a lie detector test. For real. But let's get into it. Let's see what she's talking about.
Just
For
like
6 to 7 months that you work, you made $15 an hour.
But I want to say 67 months because it was like I worked and then I left and then I would end up going back to work there. So it was just like.
Who do you bank with?
I was banking with Chime, now I bank with a bank called Go To Bank.
Okay, what is that? Is that
It's a mobile banking app.
It's a mobile bank.
Yes.
Okay. So did you attempt to cash that check at your bank? Deposit it at your bank?
I didn't, only because I don't have a physical card for that account and shit. I had to order one.
What do you mean, like a debit card?
Yes.
So they require you to have a debit card in order for you
I didn't want to cash it into the account and then I wasn't able to use it due to I didn't have a physical debit card.
Nah, but then once she starts speaking about something that I know about, you feel me? Like, that ain't because you can deposit your checks right there on time. You feel me? If you want to deposit like that, or you can go deposit with a physical card. Then yeah, you gonna probably need the physical card. There they won't probably let you use your virtual card. You feel what I'm saying? But she can deposit. She can take that check and like scan that, let you deposit on the app. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I think they let you deposit on the app now. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, she probably wanted to go on deposit because I don't think they let you get cash back with the tap and stuff like that. Now some of them do, but some places don't let you get cash back with the tap and everything. And so, and I don't know. I feel like she definitely lying about that. Like, I mean, but I don't know that because she do need a physical card, but it's like she doing a lot of lying, a lot of storytelling.
So you didn't put it in your bank because you wouldn't have a card to be able to utilize the money.
Yeah, like
that's
even
when
with
you
my job, my
yourself in
direct
the trap.
deposits, I had to stop holding on my direct deposits due to I don't have a card to use my card at the moment, so my job has to give me a cash check. Well, I mean a check.
Okay. There's not really anything about this that's not fishy. You know what I mean? None of this makes sense. All right.
That is this makes sense.
We're asking you questions because we're trying
job.
to gauge where you're at as far as what you're going to tell us and how truthful you're going to be. But I'm going to tell you right now, not a darn thing that's come out of your mouth has made any sense. Okay. 2019, you applied for unemployment. Is that what you said?
No, it wasn't. I don't even say it was 2019. I don't say it was 2020.
Well, first,
Okay.
originally, you got
But
it
you
until
know what?
2018.
I'm going to say 2020 because
Okay.
I had my kids in 2019. I started working for the state a little after that.
Okay, so let's say it's 2020. Okay, it's 3 years later. Okay, it's 2023, it's almost 2024, and you receive a check for supposedly what you applied for 3 years prior. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you right now, unemployment doesn't give lump checks. Okay, unemployment is a payment as if you were working.
I know.
Okay, and those.
And then that's a whole nother thing too. And that's a whole nother thing too. Like I ain't even really think about that. Like he brought that to my attention. Like then she got a check that she trying to cash that's 24. What is 24,000? You feel what I'm saying? I'm getting high now, so don't mind me. Yo, I gotta work with you. You feel me? But boom, doggone she trying to cash a check, doggone 24,000, man. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't even realize that. You feel me? Like you say, unemployment, they don't give you what, $200 something. They kind of don't even be worth it. You feel what I'm saying? They kind of don't even be worth it getting on unemployment, but you get that. But you get that a month, or you probably get that. You get like 200 a week, 200 somewhere. That add up. If you could just save and you ain't got to spend off of it too much. If you could literally just take that, if they give you like say they give you $270 or $250 a week. You feel what I'm saying? That's $500 every 2 weeks, $1,000 a month. You feel what I'm saying? But if you literally ain't gotta touch it for nothing, like ain't gotta spend $1 out of it, and you literally can just put that up. You feel what I'm saying? Then it'll be something, a little extra $1,000. A month for nothing, but doggone, they not just gonna drop you $14,000 check, $24,000 check in a lump sum. You right though. Let's get into it.
Checks don't come from the treasury. Okay, no, but I'm letting you
know. And what I say, God, nothing to do with killing it.
I don't know. Like I never received unemployment. I never got a check from the treasury or anything. So this is like my first time actually receiving something like this.
So just so you know,
that's crazy.
For 4 years, I did fraudulent investigations for the department. And I saw stuff like this all the time. And I'll tell you right now, the reason we're asking this, he's saying we're gauging how truthful you're going to be. I'll tell you right now, this is your chance to be honest, because I know exactly what's going on. I can call it exactly like I've seen it every other time before. Somehow, someone came in contact with you, a male, probably the male that's sitting in your car out there in the passenger seat, the black Chevy Malibu, and that person convinced you that you need to go in here and you need to cash this check, and then payment would be to receive a portion of that check while they get the other. You being a single mom, I don't know if you're getting paid a lot right now. I'm not going to worry about that, but you would get a portion of that money, and they would get the rest. And all you had to do was go in here, show your ID, and here you go. And this is what you got to say, and these people will buy.
She like, they done told it. Yeah, they done told it on your ass. They done told it on your ass, though. She like, damn, they done told it. Somebody had it. He know all this information. Like, she supposed to get paid. She supposed to get all that. But come on, let's keep going. I want to hear myself.
And I say that because I recently arrested someone not too long ago for the same similar type of thing here. So, with that being said, we already know the person out in the car because I don't know if you know this or not, but this place has video cameras. So they come, you come here and they see exactly what cars you come in and out of. And they see what cars come at the same time as you come. Well, that car was here earlier with you.
Right.
So it's odd that it's back now, and there's a guy that's just been sitting there waiting in the passenger seat. Now, my question is did this guy contact you through like Instagram or Facebook or what? And what did he promise you? Because, and maybe he told you that, yes, this is this is legit, and this is what it is. But I'm telling you right now, I know you're full of it. They try to do this whole thing all the time with people. We're like, here, this is what it is. This is what you're going to tell them. That way it sounds legit or tries to sound legit. The problem is that treasury check, first off, it's fake as heck. There's nothing about that check that's even remotely real. You wouldn't get a check from the treasurer anyway that comes in a blank envelope in the mail 3 years later, and then you claim it's unemployment. So you can sit here and tell us all day long that this is what you believe it is, or this is what you think it is, or whatever story they concocted for you. But ultimately, you need to tell us who the person is out there, how they contact you, and everything else.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, he know it all. Somebody done had to tell it, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he just put it all together like it don't make sense at all. Like, the lies keep running. I done had some of the lies, but to put it all together, but they done put it all together. Like, and I said that too. Like, I don't even know if the check's coming from the treasury. You feel me? But I'm sure they not though. An unemployment check shouldn't be coming from the treasury. You feel me? It should have more or something, or wherever you went and apply for unemployment at whatever. You feel me? Because like I say, I ain't never got unemployment. I done tried, you feel me? But they never let me get it. You feel me? And then it would have been going to my card. I wouldn't be getting no check. That's what I was saying too. Like, I ain't even knowing they sending out checks if you even gonna get a check. You gonna want your cash on your card. You feel what I'm saying? It's more convenient. You feel me? That's how you already know. You just break down all the BS, and that's how you get to the truth. And that's what people don't like about me that I do. They be all because I break down the BS, to get to the truth. You feel what I'm saying? People that's trying to lie and do other stuff like that, it's like they be exhausted too. But this was going on here, but it's going crazy. But like I say, he just broke it down. 3 years later, it's crazy too, though. But let's get into it.
Maybe we can help you out. I'm not promising we can, but this is your chance to be honest, because I'm telling you right now, I already know you're lying.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. The person that's in the car, that's my little brother. He's a minor.
Okay.
He's 17. He has absolutely nothing to do with this. That's what I'm like. I promise you, I'm completely honest with you.
Okay.
Number two, the check that came in the mail, basically, my friend helped me apply for unemployment. She told me basically, like, you go on this website, you do such and such, and that was it. But being that I never received anything, I'm being completely honest. I promise you.
This when she coming to the live. It seems like all the first part I believe that's her little brother and everything. She probably just, or whatever, drive me up here, but he know what's going on. You feel me? He know what's going on, but she, you feel me? And doggone, but down, and then this other part, I think that's a lie.
Being that I never received anything, it was just like I didn't worry about it no more.
So you're gonna stick with that came in the mail. That's what you're sticking with. I'm gonna tell you right now. We're getting to a point where there's gonna be a line, and once we meet that line of our patience with this, there's gonna be no going back and helping you without you being completely 100% honest with us. I don't want that to happen for you. He doesn't want that to happen for you, but that's where it's headed.
I can give you my friend information that helped me do everything.
But you can't show us anything about anything that you applied for, any website, any email.
Nothing that said you're ever going to get money back, which doesn't make sense. You get back from the treasury anyway. A big lump sum of $24,000 3 years later after you file for unemployment. That makes
they're not just going to send you a check without some sort of notification, especially for that amount. And with unemployment, you get approved or you get denied. I've done unemployment before back in the day. You get approved, you get denied, but it's all notifications to your email, in the mail. You have documentation for everything because that's a government entity, and they have to keep records of everything, and you get notifications of every decision that they make, but you can't show us one piece of documentation.
That's what I'm saying to you. I didn't do everything by myself. My friend helped me. I could give you my friend information. I could give you a name, he'll help me with it, everything. I don't want to do this over. I just really honestly want to make it that home for my kids. I can give all the person's contact information.
Your friend?
Yes. That's
What are they gonna do? They're gonna tell me, oh yeah, I helped her file for unemployment? That doesn't help. What is that gonna do?
I don't know.
I tell you what, give me your friend's information. While we're here with you, we're gonna call her. We're gonna see what she says.
So you finished high school, completed some college. So that means you're not stupid. But you want me to expect to believe that this was from an unemployment check. It's amazing. Like I said, I've done this for a long time.
You expect me to believe this camera?
All kinds of stuff. The only thing that ever changed was the names of the people that did it.
No one believes that.
It's the only thing that ever changed.
I promise you, this is my first
Because
time.
I can look at that check right there, and I can tell that that is beyond fake. It's laughable. The number that's on here, there's a reference number on here. The F941 has to do with payroll taxes, not unemployment. And the fact that you think that you would get a check for $24,000 basically after 3 years is ridiculous. So I know you're sitting here thinking that we're buying it, but we're not.
No,
I
I'm not.
really
I'm
think we're
not.
buying it, but we not.
Based off of what we have here, okay, you're under arrest.
Can I call someone?
What do you want to call?
Explain and get your handbook first. We'll call them again.
Okay.
This case is a fascinating example of how financial fraud investigations often unfold in real time, and it highlights something investigators see far more often than most people realize: counterfeit check schemes. At first glance, the defendant's story sounds somewhat plausible. She claims she received a check in the mail that she believed was related to unemployment back pay. Many people did apply for unemployment assistance during the COVID era, and delays or confusion in government systems are not unheard of. But as the officers began asking basic verification questions, the narrative started to unravel. One of the first major red flags was the amount of the check itself, around $24,000. Unemployment benefits in the United States are typically distributed as regular weekly payments, not large lump sums years after the fact. Investigators know this, and the officer immediately recognized that the explanation didn't line up with how the system actually works. When law enforcement hears a story that contradicts established processes, they begin digging deeper. Another critical moment came when the officer explained that unemployment payments do not come from the U.S. Treasury in that format, especially not in a plain envelope with minimal documentation. Government checks normally come with official paperwork, notices, and a clear record trail. The fact that the defendant could not produce any emails, letters, or documentation confirming the unemployment claim made the situation even more suspicious. Then there was the issue of how the check arrived. According to her story, it came in a blank envelope with a clear slip and minimal identification. That alone is a classic warning sign of a counterfeit check operation. In many scams, criminals create fake treasury or corporate checks and recruit people, sometimes like through social media, to cash them. The person cashing the check is often promised a cut of the money, while the organizer plans to take the rest before the fraud is discovered. The officer even outlines this exact scenario during the interview. He suggests that someone may have contacted her online, possibly through platforms like Instagram or Facebook, and convinced her to cash the check and split the proceeds. And these schemes rely on a simple strategy: use someone else as the face of the transaction. If the fraud is caught, the person attempting to cash the check becomes the one facing criminal charges. Another telling moment was when the officer pointed out the technical details on the check itself. The reference numbers printed on it were associated with payroll tax documentation rather than unemployment payments. Investigators who specialize in financial crimes are trained to recognize these inconsistencies instantly. What might look convincing to the average person can often be exposed quickly by someone familiar with the system. As the questioning continued, the officer became increasingly direct. He explained that he had worked fraud investigations before and had seen the exact same pattern repeatedly. In many fraud cases, the biggest challenge isn't identifying the scam, it's determining how involved the person attempting the transaction really is. Were they knowingly participating or were they manipulated by someone else? Ultimately, the officers determined there was enough evidence to proceed with an arrest. The defendant was charged with passing a counterfeit instrument and grand larceny involving an amount.
Yeah, but see, that's not really not knowing unless, like, they go into her phone and see certain stuff to see whether you're not actually knowing if she was manipulated into doing that, or you feel what I'm saying, or, she just, did it, or whatever way it was done. Like, 'cause like I say, I went through the same situation, and my doggone, I don't know if y'all want to keep hearing that, but I'm really over with it, really, for real. But like I said, answering his question, like I say, in my situation, like, I just received the joint in the mail. You feel what I'm saying? Like, too. And so, and that happens though. That's why I ain't really like over put it past her. But the reason I do, like, know she lying, you feel me, and this was, you feel me, like, premeditated, like, this was already known, you feel what I'm saying, because she over lying about it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if it was an honest mistake and you honestly just received it in the mail, you feel what I'm saying, and you probably did do something on a fraud website with thinking you was doing something, on, then here 3 years later you finally received this big old check out of nowhere, you feel me? And then it's like you done already probably got a job, if you done got another job again or whatever. And it's like, and so it's crazy, like, man, doggone. But it's something up with that. I mean, it ain't really something up with that. You know it's fake. You know all this. You know it ain't real. You feel what I'm saying? So, but she know it wasn't real. She know it was fake. And but so we could finish it off. You feel what I'm saying? But it done been long for me. You feel what I'm saying? This video getting long right here. And I'm finna end up getting out of here with y'all, you feel me? But tell me what y'all think about the situation. You feel what I'm saying? And if you ever received a fake check in the mail, you feel what I'm saying? Have you ever received a fake check in the mail? Put that junk in the comments. Let me know. Cause I wanna hear y'all story if you ever received, and don't lie neither. Don't be on no line, don't. If you really done been on some joint, you was on some joint online or anything, and then something came in the mail, a fake check come in the mail or to your name, and you know it's fake. If you got a whole story, I love to hear about it. Let's get it, let's go. You feel me? But I gotta end this joint, and I'm out. Peace.